And Jimmy Kimmel, he's very mad at me, and I know you're close to him.
I've heard of
I
that.
hope you tell him that, I'm sorry that, they got bent out of shape. I don't think I did anything wrong. We can have disagreements.
I agree.
I mean, you and I don't agree on everything. Look at this clash now, and yet we're cool. Sometimes I am a little brash about me when they compare me with the other late night guys, and I'm like, I'm not like you guys. I'm not. You could all exchange your monologues, all of you, and no one would know the difference in tone. Tone, okay?
Tone, yeah.
Whereas me, I'm not there. I'm not
agree.
in on your, I don't just buy into the left-wing bullshit. And I never stop making fun of the right-wing.
Bill Maher fired off sharp criticism at Jimmy Kimmel and other late-night hosts, and the internet lit up. Once close friends, Maher says their relationship fell apart because he refused to follow Kimmel's lane. He accused political comedy shows of double standards and didn't hold back. It was explosive. If you enjoy bold political takes, subscribe and let's dive in.
That bugs me so much. My tribe is supposed to be the left, but these are the people who just can't talk to you unless you're exactly there. Whereas the Republicans, they always fucking come to my show. John Kennedy from Louisiana was on last week, took his beating like a man, like they all do. And we came across lovingly and smilingly and happily, and we can disagree.
I agree.
You and I aren't always completely on the same page, although we're very close because we're both smart guys. But, I just don't get.
Bill Maher said he's frustrated with his own side, arguing that many on the left stay inside ideological bubbles where the same talking points go unchallenged. That comfort, he warns, makes them fragile. When faced with real pushback, they often struggle to defend their views. Maher believes this echo chamber mindset kills honest debate, weakens credibility, and ultimately hurts the causes they claim to support.
At all.
Right.
And, if that's not good enough for you, then I think you're the asshole. And I don't think Jimmy is an asshole.
No,
I think
not.
he's a great guy. And it bugs me that, because of what the latest thing was, that, we may never talk.
You guys should be thick as thieves and on the same page. And I'll tell you something interesting, talking about left and talking about right.
Even while taking subtle shots at Jimmy Kimmel, Maher still extends an olive branch. He argues that disagreement shouldn't equal hostility. People will always have different views, and that diversity of opinion is healthy for any society. Treating dissent like an enemy only shuts down debate. For Maher, respectful disagreement shows maturity and keeps conversations honest. It's not a weakness.
Rubber stamp. I mean,
well, maybe
you can't tell me that Congress.
I don't mean Congress. I mean, amongst the tastemakers, your sort of Tucker Carlsons, your Candace Owens, your Ben Shapiro's.
You're right. They're all over the map.
They're all battling.
They're fighting each other.
Right. And on the left, everyone's sort of lockstep in terms of the tastemakers.
Right. Ben Shapiro, Yarmulke.
Right.
Tucker Carlson, Hitler.
Right.
Not so bad.
Right. So
what the fuck?
But all I'm saying is whether you agree or disagree.
Let's be clear. They're not at war, but they are openly disagreeing, and that's the core of democracy. Debate and clashing views are how ideas get tested. The problem, Maher argues, is that many on the left quietly disagree with the far left but are afraid to say so. Instead of pushing back, they stay silent to avoid backlash. That's not unity, it's fear, and fear shuts down honest conversation. When dissent becomes taboo, democracy starts to suffocate.
It wasn't a good look for the woman party that all the guys were speaking out for Jimmy Kimmel when Trump went after him, except on the woman's show, where for 5 days the outspoken hosts were suddenly as quiet as a geisha. Then on the 5th day, they rose and said, no one silences us. No one had to. You silenced yourself.
Things escalated when Jimmy Kimmel was briefly suspended over comments from his show. Bill Maher then criticized the View hosts for staying silent while Kimmel faced backlash. He argued that people who claim to support free speech often go quiet when it's politically risky. To Maher, that silence looked like hypocrisy, defending expression only when it's convenient. In his view, That double standard reflects what's wrong with much of today's political commentary.
Where it continued, did you all really think we weren't going to talk about Jimmy Kimmel? No, I thought you would, but then you didn't. 5 days? Talk about needing extra time to get ready. And if you can't take a breath and laugh at that, you're making my point.
Like Jimmy Kimmel, the hosts of The View are outspoken when controversies hit the right, but far quieter when issues affect their own side. Bill Maher calls this selective outrage hypocrisy. If principles only apply when convenient, they aren't principles, they're performance. In his view, staying silent protects allies but undermines credibility and any claim to moral consistency.
It's just, it's just an upbeat party show. That's why they hired people named Joy and Sunny and Whoopi. Girls, let me go out strong, okay? It won't kill you. I promise. It's happened to me, and I may go out after this show. We don't know. We don't know. And, Jimmy, look, I don't think what he said was exactly right. I don't. We don't agree on that. He's still...
Bill Maher defends Jimmy Kimmel, showing this isn't personal, it's about principle. Maher says comedy shouldn't become partisan propaganda or non-stop Trump bashing. He wants satire that targets everyone, not just one side. In today's media climate, that balance makes people uncomfortable, but Maher refuses to play along.
Aaron, to try to say that these nuts who do these things are any team. Jimmy's wrong, I think, to put him in one team. But, look at what this guy is doing. I mean, Jimmy has every right to be wrong, but look at this guy. He was doing porn video games with furries. He was on a game called Furry Shades of Gay 3. This kid is in his basement with VR goggles on, getting virtually ass-fucked by a cartoon wombat? And you're gonna put politics into this?
Bill Maher and Jimmy Kimmel began drifting apart when Maher called out the growing politicization of late-night TV. He argues many hosts now treat comedy like a political battleground instead of entertainment. The laughs, sketches, and light interviews have been replaced by partisan monologues and predictable takes. Maher's critique isn't just about Kimmel, it's about a wider trend. Late night, he says, should help audiences unwind with humor, not feel like a nightly lecture on ideology.
And finally, new rule, stop saying that Whoopi Goldberg getting yanked from The View right after she attacked me on The View is karma. There's no such thing as karma, sorry. Sorry, but life is random. The only word to describe it when a big game hunter gets trampled by an elephant and then eaten by lions is hilarious. Now, I mentioned this karma stuff on the show last week because I was relating how many texts and emails I got from people congratulating me on receiving a karmagram from the universe in the form of Whoopi Goldberg.
Bill Maher defended Whoopi Goldberg when she was pulled off air, arguing that even controversial comments shouldn't cost someone their job. He supports free expression, even when he disagrees. Criticism is fair, silencing isn't. For Maher, disagreement isn't personal. His critiques of others, including fellow hosts, come from principle, not hostility. Friends can clash on politics and still respect each other. You don't cancel people you disagree with, you debate them.
Goldberg shouldn't have to conform to or apologize for her views on race, as much as I disagree with them. And she certainly shouldn't have to sit out like a child and think about what she did. The View suspending someone for sharing a view is like firing Pat Sajak for...
United States has long prided itself on free speech, even when that speech is unpopular or uncomfortable. Disagreement isn't a crime, and offense isn't the same as harm. We already have courts, policies, and public debate to handle speech that crosses real legal lines. When cancellation becomes the default, it weakens the democratic values it claims to protect. Challenge ideas, debate them, counter them, but don't silence people for opinions. That's not democracy. That's feared. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more. Thanks for watching. See you next time.